Let's talk about how stale the Pokemon market has been for up here in Canada. So, I haven't done a video in a while, but let's give you a quick update since the last maybe video we did. The first thing is we did get a restock of prismatic ETBs and N151 poster collections, and I thought at the time it was so quick after the announcement of a reprint. I thought it was like distro clearing out stock. We paid, I think, $95, $98 per ETB Canadian. So I got the restock and I said, yeah, I'll take it. Prismatic ETBs, they're very liquid, and the market price was really high, like 160, 180 Canadian. And I took them. Now, when it arrived, I contacted my regulars. I contacted some of the other vendors, the stores, the guys that I know who don't have as big an allocation, big of an account as Poke Chalet. And I said, hey, do you want some ETBs? This is what I paid. Give me a little bit, and Bob's your uncle. So I'm supplying some local card guys that I appreciate, and I like the fact that they're around, with some packs, with some prismatic, with some 151 poster collections, and I sold a little bit. So that happened. And then recently the Eevee pouch came out with the Dragapult EX deck. And the Eevee pouch, and what was the other, in the Lily Milk Box collection. So that I decided I'm going to sell that. So I made a post on Facebook. I'm not going to put it online. I made a post on Facebook. I said, hey, here's the price, tax, include tax. It was a good price. I don't think anybody's beat the price in the local market here anyways, but when you're at volume, you can have good prices. That's the benefit of volume. So I sold it through that very quickly. It was only like $2,000. My bill from distro was like $2,000. So with tradition, I only usually make 10 to 15% margin. So I made maybe $200 profit on that purchase, and that's it. It's been a while. There's nothing at distro. They did post Surging Sparks booster boxes for like $350, and I had to say no. Prismatic Surging Sparks needs to come down. Prismatic needs to come down. Even Stellar, everything needs to come down. They're selling 3 packs of Twilight for $38, which means you're paying $13, almost $12.50 a pack of Twilight Masquerade in a 3-pack blister. And yes, I'm guilty of buying Obsidian Flames at $32, at $33 for 3-pack. Twilight is a good buy, but I'm just like, I can't. It's so much for a modern pack from distro. You have to charge like super scalper prices, and that's where it comes in. So what comes in next is, as a small store, I'm buying from distro. I only have one distro account. It's good to buy from them, obviously, but what happens is I end up competing price-wise with big box stores, which has very rarely been the case. Like, very rarely has Walmart prices been better than Poke Chalet. It hadn't happened in the past, and it's happening now. Like, I'll post a prismatic ETB for $110 Canadian, and people will be like, it's $79 when it gets restocked in Walmart. And of course, that makes sense, yeah. So competing against the big box stores, and for some reason, their restocks don't cost market price, but ours do. It's the downfall of the distribution system. If they were forced to distribute and allocate the same price all the time, it'd be different. But I'm assuming they're making, lots of money. Allocation, distribution is making lots of money. They're setting themselves up for the downtime, which all of the stores really should be doing that. Setting yourselves up so that you sell the stuff that you really want to sell quickly, and when the downtime comes, you're able to continue to buy. You have some capital. You're able to accept, the next gen, the next era, whether it's a black and white era of Pokemon or something different. While the change happens, you're able to buy the product and hold and sit and as a store, just have inventory for a while. You're able to float inventory, which makes Pokemon, the market's so dead up here in Canada, because as the boom happened, sell into the boom. Your inventory goes down and down. And right now, we're in that state. Most small stores don't have any inventory. They've sold into it. They've capitalized on, good prices, returns. They should have some amount of funds put aside in their business in so that they're ready for the next, dip to, continue to buy whatever allocations they're provided. But what's happening is no one can buy any product. No one ripping is fun, and no one can buy packs to rip, and people are not happy about that. And what's hard on me is that I'm not able to have packs for trading credit. Trading credit, I've talked about this before, is like the lifeblood of having a successful TCG business, successful Pokemon business, card business, trading credit. No one's trading in if there's nothing to buy. I mean, sure, there's some people who will trade in 100 EX double rares for an SAR. Definitely happens. And I don't mind. The EXs sell. Players, collectors, binder fillers, they sell. But there's no like booster boxes. The people with the best singles usually want to go and like rip a booster box. They want to rip like 72 packs. they want to rip a case. Like they want to reel the degen, and they can't do that. And those degeners, they provide the best singles, right? Once they dupe, then you get anything. Like you get the best cards in on trade for the people who really enjoy opening packs and open a lot. And that's why it's so dead, at least for me as a small Pokemon TCG vendor. It seems really dead. And a lot of people are, rightly so, having to shift away from pack opening into the delicate art of trades and, watching the market and doing stuff. And I kind of really hope that we get some packs going forward. So the next product that I expect is the Prismatic UPC, the big one, which 16 packs. Now, my guess is I'm only going to get 8 of them. That's how allocation seems to be going. And even Destined Rivals, there's going to be even less of Destined Rivals to go around than what I've heard of Journey Together. And Journey Together was very tight and blah, blah, blah. Surging Starks, blah, 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 surging. So, Destined Rivals, I don't even know what I'm going to do. A lot of people have been emailing me. I did want to make an email list and split it up. But when I split up Journey Together, I was like scraping the bottom of the barrel in terms of finding enough product to get to people, which means I have a lot of regulars. I have a lot of people who I'm their first pick for purchases, and I want to maintain them because they were around during Scarlet and Violet Base and Obsidian Flames, and how they evolved before it was like the number one set. They were around for that, and they bought for that. So, and I expect them to be around for Black and White. They're dedicated fans, and they're the best, right? It's important as a company to identify your key audience, your core target, your best customers, and make sure that they continue to be so. So what do we do with Destined Rivals? I want to have more customers, but there's not enough product to attain more customers. So that's why the market is really, really feels dead up here in Canada. And I've noticed there's a lot more activity on the Facebook groups. So people are doing a lot more trading for singles, which is part of the whole thing. It's part of the game. People are doing a lot of trades. People are learning to sell their own cards, which is really good. It's a good skill to have. Excellent skill to have is to be able to sell your cards and make sure that you can change cards back into money and get the cards you want and trade. And it's a great thing to do. So I see a lot of that. There's been a big uptick in trading on our local Facebook groups. It's. What do you guys experience? I mean, if you're in the United States, you're suffering from the Japanese tariffs. We're suffering from the U.S. tariffs that we applied. Everything is more and more expensive. It's been really hard to get the glory of Team Rocket. I had a big order. I bought it at the highest price, and for some reason, the person who was supposed to fulfill the order canceled it. They didn't ship it. So they could have got the most money out of my Glory for Team Rocket. They canceled the order. It was like 200 Canadian a box, which is, you could get that here, but there's no, like, you can't sell it for as much, for more than that. So they canceled my order, which added a whole week of waiting. Just lost money. And the exchange rate sucks, so you lose money in exchange rates. And I had to reorder. And I'm very tempted to order again. Finally, it's shipped from Japan. So what will happen is I'll get my Glory for Team Rocket. I don't think the boxes will be hard to, or difficult to sell. Sell through it all. I think I need to place another Japanese order, because Glory for Team Rocket, Glory of Team Rocket is going to be a big set, Japanese-wise. And a lot of people want to rip it. A lot of people want to get it. And hopefully we'll get it soon, because it's been like 3 weeks since release, and I don't have it. It's crazy. Like, I've been trying so hard to get it, and it's like everything is taking so long. I order it. 3 days later, I use Sneaker Dunk, and I shouldn't. I got to use my guy. I got to switch back to the guy who charges me more, but actually delivers, actually, like, gets things done quickly. There's a cost to good people, and I have to get over that hump of paying that cost, because I could have bought and sold 2 orders by the time it's taking me to get one order, like 20 boxes of Glory of Team Rocket. I could have sold at least 40 by now. So yeah, lesson learned with TCG is, if you have a good customer, keep them. If you have a good vendor, keep them and use them, even if they don't pay as much from the customer perspective, and even if they charge a little more from a really good supplier of Japanese supplier perspective. So hope you guys enjoy this little talk. I got to finish making supper. The Poke Chalet is up and running always. We're always adding. I think today I added like $4,000 worth of PSA slabs. It was a big return, and I added it all up. Yeah, $4,000. That's a huge return. A lot of good cards from slabs, but slabs are kind of sticky. They don't move as much. So we'll see what happens. I got stacks and stacks of singles to process. People have been dropping off trade-ins, and I'm way behind because I've been doing my house renovation, and time has been the most precious commodity, and it always will be. So enjoy your time in the hobby. Make sure that you spend your time very wisely. See you next time.